You're watching the weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel. Are there panties back? Okay. Panty free.
Son number
Oh, my wiener.
Actually, I was talking to Tyrone and to get his advice on the TV he bought, and he was talking about the one that he has is the only one where the curved TV, where if you look at it from all sides, there's no problem. And I was like, all right, cool, maybe I'll get that one. Man, I looked that fucking TV up.
You're watching the weekly Wednesday What's Up, the section of my channel where I tell you everything that's been going on in my life in 1 week and such. Today, okay, first things first, I want to tell you and get an announcement out the way. I've been planning this for a little while, just a little while, and about a year now, and I just want to let you know I do have a new addition to my family now, and no, it's not these lovely ladies here. It's finally happening and such, and even though things have been kind of tough, like this was kind of an emergency sort of purchase and such. Sorry, I was trying to make it sound like I had a kid, but there you go. New TV, pretty fucking dope. This was I won't say it was an emergency purchase, but it kind of was. I wasn't planning to do it at this time. Actually, I didn't even think I was going to be able to get it, honestly. But as for some of you that follow me a lot, you know that's what I've been really working on. And this was worked out basically because I got it on base, and that's why this basically worked out a certain way, and it was really cheap, so it's good. Not the best timing, but it's the only timing, it's the only chance I have for me to have gotten this, because my friend who's leaving the base, my friend is leaving the base in like 3 days, so this was it. I actually thought he was gone when I went to America. Like, I couldn't make it. I was like, oh my god, I'm not gonna have money or whatever. For LA, it was gonna be too dangerous to try and get it before my LA trip, but I found out he was still here when I came back, just for a little longer, and I was like, fuck man, you gotta do it, because if you don't do it now, and the reason it's such a big deal is because it's like 3 times more. It's like 3 times more expensive. Like, you'll never see a 4K television for $600 in Japan. Never. The minimum is probably going to be like a G Note, and it's going to be really small. You're never going to see it. So that was the big thing. It's like the same TV I would pay 3 times more in Japan. And if you follow my UNOWs and some of my other streams, I've always gone to the electronics store and I showed you guys this. The only issue is, like, yeah, I'm cutting back some of the quality, like the super quality. Like I was talking with Tyrone, and I think the TV, he was telling me he has the TV that no matter what, it's curved, and that was the other thing. I wanted a curved television, but at this point, I will wait for those luxuries. Let's just get out and actually finally get a TV into some. Like, I have no TV. A lot of you guys didn't realize that. Like, I literally do not have, like, I had to give up my TV when I left Fukuoka, so far pretty much it's just basically been this, my monitor, this LED TV. This is what I've been using for like gaming and such, is a LED TV, but it's been like, it's not a TV, it's a LED screen, or LCD screen, and the sound, there's no sound, like, or there's sound but it's not really loud enough, and every time, like when I'm doing the streaming or the gaming, I have to wear the headphones, which is fine, but like for example if I want to watch a movie or something like that, I gotta wear headphones or it's really low. The TV over there, that's not even my TV, that's my girl's TV. Because it was just getting too long. Like, it's almost been a year now since I've been in Tokyo. In fact, the big announcement, the anniversary of the big announcement is coming up, and so it was just like, it's just been way too long, and so I was just like, fuck it, man, look, let me just cut back going out. And I already talked to my girl. I told her like we can't go, or you can go out, but I can't go out. I can't do these fucking $40-$50 dinners every weekend and shit. Like, I'm sorry, for the time being, I just gotta cut down on everything, and I gotta go back to my situation. And then, since I took off like 3 weeks of work, going back home to LA and the Philippines, so next month is gonna be pretty fucking empty in terms of a paycheck. But this part had to be done, because otherwise, as I mentioned before, I was gonna be paying 3 times more. And this is something you and I have talked about many times in the past, about, well, no, if you just wait for a time when you can really afford it. But that's the thing, is like, when you're paying 3 times more, it's like, nah, man, it doesn't make sense to do that. If you have that extra luxury or whatever, then it's fine. Like, the TV, like I said, when I was talking with Tyrone about the TV he has, I looked that shit up. That shit is expensive. That shit is like, the one he has is like $5,000, and well, at least it's $5,000. No, actually it's $8,000, I think, in Japan, and I think it's around $3,000 to $5,000, the one that he has, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's, when I did the research, that's the price I got. And I was just like, fuck that. I can't do it. And then on top of that, the other issue that remains here is spatial proportioning situation. Like, there's not a lot of room to work in here in terms of turning my room. So this glass desk that I use, I gotta get rid of it. I gotta sell it. Or maybe Dante Carver, he suggested that maybe I turn it into some sort of dining table. So this is kind of the big issue with Japan. The biggest issue is the home is like, you're as an American. So I'm an American living in a Japanese home, but I don't really have Japanese tendencies, like home tendencies. For example, this bedroom, well, this is actually, I think, supposed to be more the living room, but over here you can see my bed takes up the majority of the actual room. Like, you put a bed in there and that's it. That's a done deal. And that's the way it is in Japan for almost everything, with living situations. And every so often I still kind of regret the fact that I did not get that the 3DK apartment that I was stressing over a lot, because a lot of these problems would have been alleviated had I done it. But as I keep saying, that would have been an extra $200 a month to pay for a luxury that, quite frankly, I can't really afford. If you get what I'm saying, I don't even know if I could have even done the trip to LA or other things. So, it's these little things, it takes time, but gradually, I see it as the right investment. It's kind of a thing versus, like, time and convenience versus what's the right move for business. So now that this TV is in. It'll make certain things. It'll make certain things a little bit easier. I want to try to get a couch, a TV desk in here, and so by the time the Flash, for example, when the Flash comes back on, when Game of Thrones, when The Walking Dead comes back on, I can do a different form of reactions. I think, like, I'm not a big, like, sitting here in this chair all day. Nah, like I can't, I really get tired. Like, even though it's a comfortable chair, you know, it's not like something I want to watch movies and TV shows with. Like, it doesn't have that home feel to give you like the real type of organic reaction, I suppose. Like, you know, if I want to watch, just want to sit on the couch, and I don't have a couch. I literally don't have a couch. Like, the guy who helped me bring this TV home, he was telling me that he probably might take a nap here for a little while before he heads out. It goes back home. But I realized, I was like, yo, I don't have a place for him to take a nap because I don't have a couch. And my homie is actually coming here the end of September, and I'm actually really wondering where he's going to stay, how he can stay somewhere, if he can stay. I want him, if he can, I don't mind, like, if he stays at my place, but I'm wondering, I don't have anything for him. I don't have a floor for, like, he can sleep on the floor, but I don't even have the sheets or anything like that. So these little things I'm thinking about next. That's my next major thing, and I gotta take off work so I can show him around Japan and such. So these are things. But anyways, the next step in the YouTube here for the channel, because that's benefiting the channel. I don't know if everybody. I'm sure you guys can understand my mentality here, especially if you've been around the channel for a long time and such. You guys understand how these things kind of help benefit the entertainment myself, the reactor myself, or just doing the hosting, and all these little things really help things better. Because, I mean, let's face it, like, fucking even the Game of Thrones things, when I was sitting at this goddamn bedside for like 2 hours, like, it just gives me a headache, like, just sitting there with the air conditioning. And then was sitting over here, the fucking LED is busted up. Like, there's a fucking line right through the screen now, but I'm just trying to not think about it. One day I might replace it. I may not. It depends on when I get a PC, if I want a dual screen or something like that. But the point I was going to make here is, like, these little things help. So the next step here, probably the next immediate step is probably going to be the Elgato investment. Like, I wanna get a Elgato converter, because what I'm trying to do here is I want to really invest in the Twitch alerts, because it looks so fun. I'm not even gonna lie, like, I saw what Bunny Girl was doing on her channel, and of course last year when I used to watch J-Roar's stuff, his streams, you know, it wasn't until, like, I always thought it was something amazing, like, I always thought somebody, like, they really had a lot of know-how to do that. But no, actually, Dan Seibert showed me. He's like, nah, dude, everybody does it. It's just that they don't advertise it. Like, nobody wants to, like, spill their secrets or whatever. But it's not advertised a lot, but it's just fucking Twitch alerts. That's it. You just go to twitchalerts.com. And because me and Dan is Alyssa's boyfriend, Dan Seibert, we had the same conversation. I was like, dude, like, I don't get how the fuck everybody is getting these donations and these alerts and shit. I searched all over Twitter. He's like, dude, I was the same way. I fucking combed through Twitter and there was, like, nothing. And then finally he found out. And so he showed me how to use it, and he told me he would help me set it up. The biggest issue I have right now is the fact that I have part of it set up on my Mac, but unfortunately, you know, I play a lot of stuff through my PS4. I don't have a PC. but I don't have like the router. Like basically from what I've been told, I guess the Elgato. I need to find the right Elgato. Will send the PlayStation feed through my Mac, in which I'll send through Twitch, and then that way I can have my overlay through OBS like that. So that's my next thing is I'm trying to invest like 200. I need to save up for like $200 so I can get the Elgato. And then that way I can add more of the Twitch alerts because that shit looks so fun. Like I just said this, but I want to get the like some sort of the right music set up and like the cool theme songs and play people out. And if there's a cheaper way, guys, if there's a cheaper way to go about this in terms of working Twitch through a Mac and still having the PS4 stream goes through, I'm all ears because especially because the Walking Dead playthroughs they keep on getting claimed because of some of the music. So I have a big problem actually after I play it, making sure it's available. And sometimes I just get so busy, I straight forget that I haven't eliminated the song. But if you guys have any other options, like that's a whole nother thing. Like I was telling I talked to Tyrone on Saturday. Yeah, we were talking about this with Twitch because I told him this shit would be awesome with him. Like if he had someone, it'd probably better for him to just pay someone to set it all up for him. Like, could you imagine how many times people would love to like just give a little money just so they could hear the woo sound, right? Like every time someone every time someone followed, you goddamn right, or some shit like that. Like I was telling him how I envisioned something great for him. He could really host his own show that style, which I think surpasses the ability of YouNow, where with YouNow it's a little harder, I think, to have a full-fledged show. But even then, through Playroom on PlayStation or something like that, pump through YouNow, there's ways to do it. But and I see Tyrone is doing the same thing that I want to do. Is like you just have a show and you have little like that's I think why he and I get along, because we kind of have the similar demographic and the similar age range that follows us, like people that actually can talk on camera and we can interview them and talk to them or whatever. And I've noticed that he's doing the same thing, as like really trying to steer a YouNow conversation the right way, which I think works for very talented people. Someone mentioned that, and I see it a lot. It's the fact that when the three of us, me, Greg, and Tyrone, were at Alyssa's place, like I could see there was like it wasn't like larger than life personalities, but it was definitely, you saw like talent. You saw people that knew how to work the camera, basically, especially Greg. Is great, but when the three of us really were clicking, it was like, god damn, we were like really feeding off each other. And I noticed a lot of people saw the same thing, and they're just like, guys, you could really create something. And that's something Greg wanted to do quite a long time ago, when the Reactorverse was first kind of born or whatever. He wanted to do something like get us all together to something that would take on the Fine Brothers, but you guys already know how the story goes. Is unfortunately all the harsh critiques came, and then the grade A under A stuff happened, and people started hating reaction channels, and I think it lost the whole establishment of being part of the Reactorverse, and like doing part, like just took a turn for the worse, and it was better to not associate yourself with those same types of the channels that are, everything got tainted essentially. So it kind of sucks that happened, but yeah, that part kind of sucks. But anyways, aside from all that, I forgot what I was talking about. Building the channel more and more. It was crazy. Like that's where I'm headed. I've been talking for over a year now, but I just want to get that super PC ready to go. I just want a PC so I can have faster rendering, just get that work done a lot faster, or at least upgrade to a faster Mac, so I can still use Final Cut Pro, and just this, because this rendering is, I'm doing it as fast as I can, and I render it as fast as I can. I'm on the fucking trains, having my laptop open, and during my breaks at work, I'm rendering there, I'm editing, and it's not fun. That part is not fun, and I assume that my life and my stress would go down a lot more if I could just churn out videos in like 15 minutes opposed to the 45 minutes or so it takes sometimes. So it's very frustrating. Outside of that, today was very cool. So when I went on base, Yokosuka, I met this one dude. This one kid scared the shit out of me at the base because when I got off the base, when I got off the train, he was a Asian kid, and he stopped. Like, I was on my phone and I just heard somebody slam their feet, and it was just like it's just pointing at him, and he was going like this, and I was like, what the fuck is this Japanese kid doing? It scared the shit out of me. Like, I actually got in fight mode, like, because, when people just stop like that, I just thought it was a crazy dude, like, that just, like, it was the weirdest shit. And, but he was like, you're, I watch your video. And then once I heard videos, I was like, it's a fan. Okay. It scared the shit out of me. But anyways, Jacob, if you're watching, it was nice to meet you, man. Post that picture on Instagram. I want to see how I look. And then later, in the base, a few people recognize me. It always happens when I'm around foreigners, essentially, or we're all foreigners there, but on base, especially around Americans, I get recognized. But it was pretty cool. So, guy from Illinois, I forgot your name. It was nice to meet you. But it's. I was telling my friend, it's always weird because I don't know what to do when it happens. Like, when it's you now or something like that, it's Omega. When I meet someone on Omega, it's a little easier. Like, I can kind of figure out what to do or how to churn the conversation because I'm hosting it, right? But when you meet somebody in person, I don't really know what to say if they don't have anything to say. The guy just kind of looked at me, and he's like, "Hey, man," he just came up to me. He's like, "I just want to say I'm a big fan. I watch your videos all the time." I'm like, "Oh shit, man, thank you so much." But it usually it's the phone thing. Like, usually the go-to thing is some people want to take a picture or something. Like, I ask them where they're from. I'd like to get to know them. How long have they been out on the side? And this guy was so polite. The Illinois guy, he was so polite. I don't know if it was because of the military training, but he was so polite, gave me his full name, and was really gracious. And but he didn't ask for a photo, because usually the photo thing is kind of the way it usually goes. It's like, can we take a photo? I'm like, hey man, all right, great. Thank you so much. And they're like, thank you, Akasan. And then we just part ways like that. But this guy he didn't ask for a photo. So I didn't know what to do, and we were in the store, so it was just like, well, and then I didn't want to say like, all right, man, well, thanks for meeting me. Like, I'm like, what? Right? Like, like, all right, man, thanks for meeting me. Thank you for spending time with me, whatever. Like, so I think I said something like, well, thank you so much. Thank you for watching, like that. At first I was like, oh, what's your favorite? I wanted to say, what's your favorite video or something like that, but I decided not to, because I thought maybe that sounded like, what's the word? Narcissistic or something. Like, what's your favorite video of me you love to watch? Like, I don't know. Maybe I should talk to other people about that. Like, Adam from Superhero News, he gets stopped like that often, and we were kind of talking about that before. how some people know how to really come up and talk, and that's that. But others don't, kind of overstate or welcome sometimes, or they can't really read the air. In Japanese, we say "kuki ga yominai." Like you can't read the air of like, okay, well, I'm with my girl or I'm with my family. Like I can't talk to you for like 20 minutes like that. But oh my God, if somebody brings up Batman v Superman, I get triggered like that. I guess, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm still, guys, I'm trying to work this out. Like it happened with Dante the other day. We were, last week, I was with Dante, and Dante gets stopped all the time, of course, in Japan, if they recognize him. But usually, but see, the big difference I noticed, and my students were telling me this, the big difference in Japan is Japanese people might know you. They'll recognize you, but generally they'll take a photo from afar, or they rarely actually come up to you. Some will come up, the brave ones, the young ones usually come up and be like, "Sumimasen, Dante-san." And Dante will be like, "Hi, so desu." And you're like, "Shashin ii desu ka?" Like that. Can I take a photo? And they're like, "Yeah, cool." Then you take a photo and like, "Hi, arigatou gozaimasu." And they, "Thank you very much." And then they walk away, and that's it. It's kind of a done deal, right? But yeah, you know, like this shit happened to me last week. No, a couple days ago, and it scared me. On Saturday, I was visiting. I was around Shibuya, and I was going into the subway. Did I tell you guys the story yet? No, maybe not. I was going into the subway to head home. But I heard like a few guys behind me like, "Hey, it's him." "Oh, no, that's not him," or something like. And I couldn't really make it out. Like I wasn't really paying attention. I just heard English, right? In a world of Japanese, I heard English, and I was like kind of listening, but on my way home, and I just saw these guys start following me and shit. Like, I wasn't sure if they were really following me or not. And then, I was going through the station gate, the ticket part. And then I realized, after I passed through, the guys followed, and then they saw me, and then once I went through the ticket gate, they went away. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, was I about to get jumped and shit? Like, I was like, no way. In Japan? Nah. I'm not gonna get fucking jumped. But then I remember the guy was kind of smiling, and he was holding his phone. So I was kind of like, oh, maybe it was a fan or someone who knows me from YouTube. So I didn't, like, these situations, I can't really tell, like, what happened. And then a lot of times, like, someone else saw me earlier today in Yokosuka, and they messaged me later. They were like, "Hey, were you in Yokosuka area?" Because I don't go that often. I was like, "Yeah, it was me." They're like, "Oh, I wanted to say hi, but I didn't know if it was you or not, and I didn't want to sound like a crazy person." And I was just like, "Yo, there's only one Akasan," like that, right? So it's interesting. Like, I'm trying to get better at it, guys. Like, I'm really shy in person. I'm a really shy person, so I don't really know how to handle these situations. But so if I come off weird, I apologize. I'm trying to get better at it and such. Anything else? Let's wrap it up because it's gone on a little too long. Holy shit, 27 minutes. Sorry, guys. All right. Anyways, I got some other product stuff. Oh, you guys, the Flap It thing. I'm kind of getting it to work, but it's kind of weird. Like, it's not exactly what I was expecting, or at least I haven't figured it out. Like, this is how your device works. You control it this way, and you can set it to like a timer, but it's not like an instantaneous, or at least, oh shit. Oh fuck. Okay, there you go. That's how it works. So okay, maybe it is kind of like instantaneous or something like that. Holy shit. Okay. So this shows the tweet followings right here, and let me see if I can get it to do the YouTube one. No. It's scary though. It scares the shit out of me because it's like loud. Yeah, see, I don't know how to get it like from over and over and over again. Like, it's a little a little strange for me how to do it. See, so anyways, like there's all these functions like here, but I don't know how to make it just. I just want to let it go, like boom, do it. But I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how to work it the right way. Like I don't want it too dominant in every goddamn video, and I don't want it noisy in every damn video. And I need to rearrange the entire office. I want to hang this up here like that. And I was thinking about doing something else with Lucille and other shit. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But anyways, let me give me some time to figure out how to work this out. And I might ask one of my friends to just completely redesign the office for me. Because that is definitely one of my weaknesses is spatial organization and things like that. So I know people that are much better at that than me that can really help me out, I suppose. Alright guys, that's it. I apologize, this was a long one, but I wanted to just, I was tired. I didn't even get a chance to talk to you guys about some of my thoughts about fandom and the way people behave and the way people treat you and shit. Like, oh fuck. Okay, so that's the Instagram one. Fuck. Okay, it didn't take long to count that one up. You know what's crazy? My fan site, some guy made, I think the Red Dreaded Nation has more followers than I do on Instagram. And I'm like, how did you do that? Especially Twitter. Twitter is the one I can't figure out for the life of me how some people can have like 21,000 fucking followers and they don't do anything or contribute anything, where with Twitter I'm like really in it. Instagram I don't use as much because I don't really like Instagram so much. Like I don't really know what the fuck am I gonna talk, like I can't put beautiful pictures daily and shit. Like I don't know, but Instagram I can definitely talk. So I'm trying to work that shit out or whatever. But I can definitely do rants on Twitter. Oh my god. So like today's fucking shit. It's funny. It's sometimes funny dealing with some of these self-entitled fans and the difference between a good contributing fan and a self-entitled, prick, basically, for lack of a better terms. And it's I think as a creator or even a host or as an entertainer with YouTube, it's really hard to figure out the balance between what's going to make you happy as a creator or as an entertainer, and then also finding the fine line between what's doing best for the business, right? Doing best for the business, what's doing good for the business versus and what people want to see or what some people want to see, because it's really hard to get a good gauge on what's really popular and what's not popular and what can become popular in the future, and just doing what you want to do. And it's like because if you just do it, honestly, if I could, I'd just make videos about philosophy because that's what I'm interested in the most. But I seldom talk about philosophy because that's generally not what most people want to talk about. And it actually hurts because sometimes I really want to talk about Japan a lot more. But unfortunately, I've noticed a bit of, there's this... I lose subs every time I do, K-pop Friday because of the writing. People don't every time I've noticed this, every time I post a video in Japanese and with Japanese titles, I might gain some Japanese people, but I will lose a few people because they think they're on the wrong channel. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, and I will let you guys know what's up next week. Alright, we'll end it on this one. Alright, and don't forget to flap it. Peace. Zoom just came in there. Now that's power.